Welcome to TakeAnother5, your weekly podcast on a bit of this and a bit of that. Hosted by Donna Jodhan.
Hello there, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to our weekly podcast, Take Another 5. We want to start by thanking you for all of your feedback, your comments, and your suggestions. And we want to thank you for stopping by every week to listen to us, because it is only through you and with you that we can continue to produce these podcasts. My name is Donna Jodhan, and I live in Toronto, Canada, the big white north. And it is still very white in our neck of the woods right now. Oh, just a few more weeks and hopefully we'll start to thaw and spring will be here. I enjoy doing what I do for a living, and one of these things is to enjoy bringing you these podcasts. I am an author, blogger, audio mystery writer, entrepreneur, advocate, and law student. Quite a mouthful, but you know what? I enjoy doing each of these things that I say I do. Well, what is Take Another 5 all about? Take Another 5 is made up of 5 specific segments. And first we have Kitchen Corner, a segment where you can learn to cook, you can improve your cooking skills, or you could get cracking with your creative cooking. Take Another 5's first segment is for the mum who is constantly under pressure from her kids or her spouse or her family in general to produce new recipes all of the time. So if you're in a crunch, if you're trying to cut a time corner, or if you're even trying to show off with your family and friends that you can produce a recipe at the drop of a hat, hey, Kitchen Corner is for you. Next we go to segment 2, which is Take Another 5 with Technology. And in this segment, we talk to you about apps and lower level technology, as I like to refer to it. These pieces of technology can help you to improve and enhance your daily life, and it will also help you to keep up with some important information which you don't have time for because you're too busy with your professional lives, with your home lives, with your family lives, with everything in your life. So here's where Take Another 5 can help you immensely. Next, we come to the 5 Minutes Mystery, and in this segment, you will be able to relax, recharge, and allow your imagination to roam and wander. Just think about it. While you're having that cup of really yummy tea or coffee, a cup of steaming hot tea or coffee as you sit at your kitchen table, or as you lie back with a glass of wine on your couch, you can listen to these mysteries and get into the swing of things and help us to solve the problem. Segment 4 is called In the End Zone with the Entrepreneur. And in this segment, I, as an entrepreneur, share some very important tips with you. I've been an entrepreneur since year 2000, and I have a lot of experience. I've seen a lot of things change from the days when we had to advertise with business cards, flyers, and brochures, and by word of mouth, and now we've got the internet filled and rich with resources that you can use. They're there at your disposal and there for your taking. And finally, segment 5 Segment 5 is a segment made up of 2 parts. The first part being talking about scams, weekly scams, and helping you to stay ahead. We want you to be able to stay out of the clutches of those awful scammers and hackers. And what better way for us to give you weekly alerts of the types of scams that are presently making the rounds. And finally, part 2 of segment 5. It's all about building awareness about bullying. And if you go to my website, www.donnajodhan.com, and visit the bullying page, you will see there information about my campaign about bullying. I call it CAB. And you would be able to understand why we need to tackle this problem head on. As I said, bullying is one of the greatest irritants of our society and one of the fastest growing problems that we need to deal with. Because if we don't, our children are going to be in grave, grave difficulty. So this is our way of investing in our future. Right then, it's time for me to thank my producer and my marketer. My producer is Mike Cicello, Ciarciello. Mike lives and works in Montreal, and he is a terrific friend of mine. Mike is committed, dedicated, and creative. He has been in the music industry for many, many years now, and he produces podcasts such as mine. He teaches, he writes music, he composes music, he develops courses. Mike is a man of all trades. You can contact Mike at m_ds_music@bell.net or call him in Montreal at 514-827-9092. His name is Mike Cicello, and that's Ciarciello. My marketer is another Mike Babcock, and Mike lives in Oregon in the United States. And I've been working with Mike for the past several months, and I've been having lots of fun with Mike, because Mike does not only market the podcasts or our podcasts. Mike develops show notes for the podcast, and then he goes out there and markets to all kinds of people. Our podcasts are available on places or at places like ACB Radio, Google Play Music, iBlink Radio, the podcast section of iTunes Radio, and it's growing by the day. Hundreds of people download our podcasts, and we have Mike Babcock to thank for this. So you see, Mike Babcock is someone that you want to get to know, and you can contact Mike by going to http://yourownpay.com and go there, visit Mike, get to know him, and you won't be sorry that you have gotten to know Mike. And someone has just reminded me that you can also download TakeAnother5 from iTunes. But let me just tell you before we move on what Mike Babcock does. He coaches blind and small business owners with building their businesses online and automating the tasks that they don't want to do for themselves. One of these is me. Right, let's go to the question of the day. And today our question comes from someone in La Jolla, California. And this person would like to know, what is your favorite type of sandwich? Is it a hard-boiled egg sandwich and a chicken sandwich, roast beef sandwich, turkey, tuna, salmon, ham, cheese, peanut butter and jelly? Lots of different types of sandwiches for you to think about. And what makes a sandwich your favorite sandwich? Is it what you put on it in addition to what you have in it? For example, if it's a roast beef sandwich, is it the mustard or mayo that would enhance the sandwich to make it your favorite sandwich? Tell us what you think. Write to us at info@sterlingcreations.ca. Right then, let's go to the wrap-up for the mystery from last week. And of course, we all want to know who did it. Well, sometimes it's easy to solve mysteries. Sometimes it's not quite that simple. And if you remember, last week's mystery had to do with the fireside fillet, and we wanted to know who killed Judge Alexis Carrier and her husband, Judge Carl Dash. This was a very intriguing mystery because all of the judges wanted each other dead. You had Judge C.J. Clark, and you had Judge Maxwell Kong, and you had Father Todd Bleachman in the middle of it all, trying to sort matters out along with the police. So folks, who did it? It was probably one of the most bizarre and involved crimes that I've ever seen. Judge Alexis has seasoned both meat and chicken before the guests had arrived. She had counted on her husband sampling the meat and chicken before they ate, because she knew that he would sample it, of course, and then he would give some to their dogs as well. In the case of Judge Alexis, it was her husband who had done the deed and who had sent a hydroman to their home to wire the soap dish from the fuse box leading to the bathroom. And he had paid the hydroman handsomely to do his job. What a devious husband. So, we can say that Judge Carl Dash killed his wife, Judge Alexis Carrier, but Alexis Carrier had the last laugh. She sampled the meat. Not sampled, but she spiked the meat because she knew about his habits, and he took the bait literally by sampling the meat. After she had seasoned it, he sampled the meat after cooking it, and both him and his dogs got into big trouble. Right then, it's time for us to move on to segment 1, and we'll catch you on the other side.
Welcome to my kitchen corner.
Hey there, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to segment 1 of our weekly podcast, TakeAnother5. Kitchen Corner is where we are right now, and I could not start before I thank my very good friend, Melanie Mama Peach. Mama Peach has been sharing her recipes with many of us for many, many years. And I personally thank Mama for doing this because her library is one that is so vast and so extensive with so many various recipes that it would take you years to go through Mama's library. So thank you, Mama, for all of your recipes. If you are a busy mom, constantly on the go, constantly being harassed by your family to come up with new kinds of recipes every time, then Kitchen Corner is for you. Or if you are the young professional, or the professional, as I would say, who is always also on the go, and you're looking for ways to cut corners, get out of time crunches, and just be one who can whip up a recipe like this, then Kitchen Corner is for you. Or you'd like to improve your cooking skills or your creative cooking, or just get into cooking in general. Kitchen Corner is for you. We have two recipes for you this week. And the first one comes from the dude food category. This one is Cerveza chicken enchilada. And I'll have you know that I tried this out last week on my friends and it came out pretty well. So this is it's a Cerveza chicken enchilada casserole. Right, you need 2 cups of water to start with, 1 stalk of celery chopped, 1 small carrot chopped, 1 12-ounce can of Mexican beer, and you need to divide this, the juice of 1 lime, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 pounds of boneless, skinless breasts, 1 19-ounce can of enchilada sauce, 7 ounces of white corn tortilla chips, 1/2 medium onion chopped, 3 cups or 12 ounces of shredded cheddar cheese. Sour cream is optional. Sliced black olives is also optional. Chopped fresh cilantro is also optional. You bring your water, your celery, your carrot, and 1 cup of beer and the lime juice and the salt to a boil in a large saucepan over high heat. Add your chicken breasts, and I think I may have made a mistake about the chicken breast. I said 1/2, it's 1.5 pounds of chicken breasts, okay? My mistake, I apologize. Reduce your heat to simmer. Cook for 12 to 14 minutes or until the chicken is cooked through. Remove your chicken to cutting board and shred into bite-sized pieces when cool enough to handle. Spread 1/2 cup of enchilada sauce into the bottom of the crock pot. Arrange 1/3 of the tortilla chips over the sauce. Layer with 1/3 of shredded chicken and 1/3 of chopped onion. Sprinkle with 1 cup of the cheese and repeat the layers 2 more times. Pouring the remaining beer over the casserole before adding the last cup of cheese. Cover and cook on low for 3.5 to 4 hours. Top with optional toppings that I mentioned before. This makes 4 to 6 servings. I can just taste this thing now. Go out there and try it, okay? Right then, let's go to our second recipe of the week. This comes from the dips and fondue category. It's bacon cheese dip. Alright, you need 2 slices of bacon, 1 tablespoon of minced onion, or 1 tablespoon of dried minced onion. Okay, so either or. Either a tablespoon of minced fresh onion or 1 tablespoon of dried minced onion. 1 5-ounce jar of sharp pasteurized processed cheese products. 1/2 cup of sour cream, Worcestershire sauce, bread slices, assorted cut up vegetables, and now you heat a small skillet over a medium heat. Add bacon, cook and stir until crisp. Remove to paper towel lined plate using slotted spoon. Reserve the drippings in your pan. Cook onion in reserved bacon drippings over medium heat until translucent. Crumble your bacon. Add your cheese product, sour cream, bacon, onion, and Worcestershire sauce to the crock pot. Okay, little dipper with a little dipper warmer. Okay, so that's what you add it to the crock pot with your little dipper warmer. Stir to blend. Cover. Stir to blend. Cover. Heat 45 minutes or until your cheese is melted, stirring occasionally. Serve with bread and vegetables. Okay, so you have a dip and you have an enchilada casserole for this week. 2 great recipes for you to try, and I'm sure that if you get these down pat, you can quickly become the person of the party, or I should say the person who everybody wants to talk to about recipes. Okay? You become the most popular person of the party. Good. Well, we hope you enjoy these 2 recipes for this week, and it's on now to segment 2, and we'll catch you on the other side.
Time to take another 5 with technology.
Hey, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to segment 2 of our weekly podcast, Take Another 5. If you're constantly on the go, but you're also always on the lookout for new apps that can help you in your daily life, or apps that you're wanting to share with others, then Take Another 5 with Technology is for you. Or if you just don't have enough time to do some research on gadgets that will help you, Take Another 5 with Technology is also for you. This is what segment 2 is all about. And now it's time for us to introduce you to an app called the iBlink Radio app. This is an app that can benefit so many of us. It is just not only for those who are blind or vision impaired, but it is also for practically everyone and anyone. It is, of course, for the person who is blind or vision impaired, but as I said, it can benefit everyone. It is for the one who is losing their vision. It is for teachers for those who are blind and vision impaired. It is for family members and friends of those who are blind and vision impaired. This app opens up the door to a ton of very useful, informative, and valuable resources. Not just magazines, but radio stations and any sort of resource that brings you closer to the world of blindness and news thereof. This app can do so much to change your life and point you in the right direction. It is an app that will keep you up to date with news, info, podcasts, magazines, and more in the blindness world. Items and categories change from time to time. That's a given. There is a wealth of things such as tutorials, podcasts, radio stations, blindness resources, reading resources, links to news of interest and radio stations, and this is all operated by blind persons. I strongly suggest that you just go out there and get familiar with this nifty little app. It is available at the App Store through your iDevice, and it is free. So why not give it a try? Tell your friends about it. Tell your family members about it. Go for it. Good enough. Let's move on to part 2 of segment 2. And I would like for you to meet the Franklin Language Dictionary. Okay, it's a Franklin Language Master, and it's a nifty little device that I met many years ago and I use in my daily work, and it is very, very handy. This is one of my very favorite gadgets, and I have been friends with this particular gadget for many years now, as I have said. What is it? Well, the Franklin Language Master is a full-blown dictionary that enables you to use it as a dictionary. It is a dictionary with the following functions: a thesaurus, word lookup, synonyms, homonyms, spelling capabilities, and it even has a number of games that you can play. And trust me when I tell you, I play with these games all of the time. There's things like Word Train. There are 8 games altogether. There's Word Train. There is Word Blast. But you need to check it out yourself. Okay? They're all voice games. The voice is very clear, and it runs on batteries as well as on an adapter. It comes with a pair of headphones, and it has a very nice little traveling case. I like it. I take my Franklin Language Master with me everywhere I go. It is a real gem for me, and I hope that you can go out there and make friends with it. Okay? So, where can you find this little gem? Go to www.maxiaids.com. That's MAXIAIDS. or go to www.independentlivingaids.com. And there, at either of these websites, you will find this. All right. It's time for us to move on to segment 3, and we'll catch you on the other side. Hi there, it's Donna Jodhan, and I'm stopping by with some terrific and fantastic news that we would like to share with you. Yes, indeed, it's all about our podcast, TakeAnother5, and Season 2. Season 2 is going to be launched in early March, and we're calling this our springtime launch. And it is thanks to your feedback, your suggestions, and your comments that this is all happening. Our weekly features are going to include helping you to save time, pop problems, and cut corners. It's all about presenting you with time savers, problem poppers, and corner cutters. Yes, indeed, you will be able to use our weekly features to help you stay ahead of the game and cope with a very busy world that is getting even busier as time goes on. This is what I want to share with you, and there's even more, because TakeAnother5 Season 2 is going to include some fantastic and fabulous offers that we are certain you will not be able to refuse. It's all about giving you the opportunity to take advantage of bonuses, subscriptions, plus a heck of a lot more. So stay tuned, listeners, and you won't be disappointed. We thank you and wish you a terrific day. Hey, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to segment 3 of our weekly podcast, TakeAnother5. And in this segment, it's all about the 5 Minutes Mystery, written by me and produced by me. And these mysteries are all available at our online store at www.donnajodhan.com. If you are on the hunt or in the hunt for audio comfort food, if you're finding that you need to expand your audio mystery listening, or if you're simply looking for a way to recharge and relax and to allow your imagination to roam and wander, then this segment is for you. As you sit at your kitchen table with a hot cup or a cup of hot coffee or tea in front of you, or some yummy hot chocolate, you can certainly listen to one of these mysteries. Or as you relax on a nice quiet evening on your couch with a glass of wine, why not listen to one of these mysteries? And these mysteries are all very portable and very affordable, easy to download. So without much more ado, let's get into this week's 5 Minutes Mystery. And this is called Train Sets for Tristan. Okay, let's go to the description. No one really knew how it happened or when it did happen. 1 minute, the little boy was standing in front of a train set in the store, playing with it. And in a split second, he was gone. The problem is that all of his buddies were all dressed alike and examining similar train sets. At first and second glance, they even all looked alike in many ways. Who could have wanted to take young Tristan Drinkwater, and why? Well, the mall is crowded with holiday shoppers. There is noise everywhere. Parents and kids are rushing madly from store to store. Other shoppers are walking briskly by, and there is goodwill to each other and lots of cheer all around. Even Santa Claus is in his house and is greeting everyone as they pass by. Every now and then Santa lets out a loud, rich laugh of ho, ho, ho. The smell of cakes and cookies baking wafts throughout the mall. Bells, whistles, and sounds of Christmas rise and fall. Children laughing, adults greeting each other, and other shouts of joy resonate as well. There are about 15 preteen boys standing in a line, and they are all standing against the wall. They are all dressed alike, in red hockey jerseys, black sweatpants, and red sneakers. To the casual eye, they all seem to look alike, about the same size and wearing the same clothes. A mom and her little daughter are standing off to the side. The little girl is holding tightly to her mom's hand, and they are both sobbing profusely. Young Tristan Drinkwater seems to have been kidnapped. One minute he was with his teammates, looking at train sets in a huge and crowded toy store, and in the next minute he had simply vanished. Tristan is missing, and the police have been summoned. What could the motives have been for this possible kidnapping? A nasty custody battle? A possible kidnapping? What could it be? Who could the suspects be? One could be Rick Drinkwater, because he had sued for sole custody of little Tristan, and he would do anything to get his kid. Or Daniel Pomerand. He had wanted to make a statement about wanting Tristan on his team. None of Tristan's clothes were missing from his home. His dog Liffy was at home with the nanny, and Tristan had just vanished into thin air. Tristan Drinkwater was the son of Rick and Farrah Drinkwater. He had one sibling, Carrie, and about a year ago the Drinkwaters had split up, and they were now engaged in a nasty divorce and custody battle. At the present time, Farrah had custody of both Tristan and Carrie, but Rick was now suing for sole custody, and Farrah had started to date someone else. Rick had felt that Farrah's boyfriend was not good enough to raise his kids. The couple had split up because of Rick's infidelities, and Farrah had caught Rick cheating through text messages that he had been exchanging with his mistress. She was suing for a divorce, and now he was suing for sole custody. Farah was a promising lawyer, and her present boyfriend Gareth was as well a very promising lawyer. Rick was a well-known ice hockey player agent. At first, Rick had begged Farah to let them start over, but Farah would have none of it because she had caught Rick cheating with her cousin Erin. Up until his parents had split, Tristan was a happy little boy. He was an A student and a very promising hockey player. He loved his parents and his sister, and their splitting up had begun to affect his work and his play. Tristan had kept a diary of his thoughts, and this diary had revealed that he had wanted to run away because of the constant arguing between his parents. He wrote as follows. He hated his dad for what he had done to them, but he still loved him. His dad was his hero. His mom and his sister Carrie were his best friends. He would run away and take Carrie and their dog Liffy with them as soon as he could figure out how to do it. He was not sure that Carrie would go, but Liffy would. Tristan had somehow left his diary behind. Rick would do anything to get sole custody of his kids. This included hiring a private investigator to follow Farah and to put together a dossier on her activities. He had even thought of coming to the house one day while Farah was at work and telling the nanny that he had wanted to take the kids shopping. Then he would, but not bring them back. Tristan was playing in a very prestigious Pee-wee hockey league. It was a very competitive league, and coaches were very high on having their teams do well. One of the coaches in particular was very competitive and had wanted to have Tristan on his team, but Tristan's mom would not allow her son to be on that team because she did not like the coach's methods and personality. The coach had approached Tristan's dad, Rick, and Rick had agreed with his wife's assessment. The coach was now determined to find a way to get Tristan on his team. He was devious and he had a nasty temper, and he was known for his bullying tactics. Everyone close to Tristan knew that he was going shopping on that fateful day. Farah and Carrie had accompanied Tristan to the mall. They were going to meet up with Tristan's teammates and some of the parents of the boys. Tristan's dad, Rick, was supposed to have met them there, but he was late in arriving and had not seen when Tristan had gone missing. Daniel Pomeran was not supposed to have been there, but he was found later on shopping alone in the mall. He had known that Tristan was coming to the mall that day with his teammates. So, lots for you to chew on, lots for you to think about, and we're going to leave you here and move on. Right then, Time to move on to our next segment, segment 4, and we'll catch you on the other side.
In the End Zone with the Entrepreneur.
Hey, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to segment 4 of our weekly podcast, Take Another 5. And it's time for us to enter the end zone with the entrepreneur, and that's me. I've been an entrepreneur since year 2000, and I'm always happy to share my tips and my experiences with my listeners. Lots has taken place over the years. The landscape has changed dramatically from the days when we had to advertise, as I said before, through business cards, by word of mouth, through flyers, through brochures, and things were a lot more difficult when I first started out for an entrepreneur. Today, however, we have the internet and we have social media. And my goodness, it's a much more exciting world, a lot more challenging world in which we live for the entrepreneur. So today, I have a tip for you. And it is this: could there be more than one entrepreneurship in your life? That is, could a person run more than one entrepreneurship at a time? Definitely so. But the key here is being able to juggle one's time effectively, efficiently, and to do it so that you don't run out of time and you don't end up in a crunch for time. So again, you got to do it effectively, efficiently, and productively most of all. The entrepreneurships that you would want to get into, if there's more than one, may be interrelated, or they may be different. If they're interrelated, make sure that there is no overlap. If they're different, but not too different. And this is all in the spirit of ensuring that you utilize your time to the fullest. Well, there are pros and cons for both. But again, you need to make sure that you are the one who is able to manage it in the best of ways.
Help us beat the bullies and the scams.
Hey, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to segment 5 of our weekly podcast, Take Another 5. I can't believe that we're almost at the end of this podcast. I guess they say time flies when you're having a good time, and we've certainly been having a great time this week, and we hope that you have been as well. So now, let's get down to segment 5. It's all about building awareness of bullying and scam alerts. And we are going to get into our scam alert first. Beware of canvassers from the Cancer, Diabetes, and Heart and Stroke Foundations. They claim to be legitimate. They may show up at your door with leaflets, and they look very, authentic. They may also have forms with them, or they may call you on the phone. They may even email you. Please don't be fooled. Hang up or do not answer your door. Delete all emails. Don't even respond to them, because if you do, then guess what? In a very short space of time, you are going to be the unsuspecting victim of someone who has now the chance to hack into your system, to do all kinds of unpleasant things to you. So just delete those emails. And if they call you, hang up. It is always best to make donations directly to these types of causes. Because if you don't, you have no proof that these guys are who they say they are. Okay? Their proof of evidence may look very, very authentic to you, and you may fall prey for it, but trust me, do not accept any sort of solicitations from these guys. If they solicit you for anything on behalf of any of these organizations or these agencies, don't listen to them. Okay, we are now on to part 2 of segment 5, and it's building awareness about bullying. Can bullies be converted? This is often the question of the day, and my personal opinion is a very firm yes. However, it is probably one of the most difficult and challenging things for any one individual or group to commit to. You are probably wondering now, how can this be done? And here is my respectful response. Excuse me. Bullies can be converted if we make a concerted effort to change their behavior, their reactions, and their proactions. We can do this by motivating and encouraging them to think more positively. We can help them to exchange their negative thoughts for more positive ones. We can make concerted efforts to change what they watch on television, listen to on the radio, and view on the internet, replacing their appetite for violent crime and vivid descriptions of sex with content that promote problem solving through logical and methodical thinking. In short, focusing more on what needs to be done in order to solve a crime rather than how it is done. Easier said than done, but we need to start somewhere, and why not here? We need to concentrate more on the conversion of bullies rather than helping to create them. You would be amazed to see how much we can help to change our society if we start taking action to convert bullies. We need to start pulling up our socks and coming up with ways to help our children. No more excuses and no more putting it off. Please go to my page on bullying at www.donnajodhan.com. Join my campaign against bullying. Right then, it is time for the wrap-up, and we'll catch you on the other side. Hi there, it's Donna Jodhan, and I'm stopping by with some terrific and fantastic news that we would like to share with you. Yes, indeed, it's all about our podcast, TakeAnother5, and Season 2. Season 2 is going to be launched in early March, and we're calling this our springtime launch. And it is thanks to your feedback, your suggestions, and your comments that this is all happening. Our weekly features are going to include helping you to save time, pop problems, and cut corners. It's all about presenting you with time savers, problem poppers, and corner cutters. Yes, indeed, you will be able to use our weekly features to help you stay ahead of the game and cope with a very busy world that is getting even busier as time goes on. This is what I want to share with you, and there's even more, because Take Another 5 Season 2 is going to include some fantastic and fabulous offers that we are certain you will not be able to refuse. It's all about giving you the opportunity to take advantage of bonuses, subscriptions, plus a heck of a lot more. So stay tuned, listeners, and you won't be disappointed. We thank you and wish you a terrific day. Hey, it's Donna Jodhan, and we are at the end of our podcast, Take Another 5 for yet another week. Another week is in the books. Can't believe that time has gone by so quickly, but it has. And we want to thank you for all of your feedback, for staying with us, for listening in. And we want to wish you a very good rest of the day and good rest of the week. But we got some unfinished business with you before we let you go. Let's give you some more facts to help you solve this week's mystery, train sets for Tristan. Tristan's dad, Rick, could have had the best chance to kidnap his son, as he knew that his son was going shopping on that day. Daniel Pomeran could have known also, because he too was keeping close tabs on Tristan's movements. Yes, the diary had yielded some important info for investigators, and it had or would help to solve the crime. Both Tristan's dad, Rick, and Daniel Pomeran knew that Tristan liked to play with train sets. Daniel knew everything about Tristan's likes and dislikes. Yes, it was important that none of Tristan's clothes was missing. Important too that Liffey the dog was at home and had not been taken. Lots for you to think about, folks, but now it's time for us to leave you for another week. You can download this mystery or any other mystery by going to www.donnajodhan.com and visit our online store. You can sign up for unlimited access to my library, where you will have limitless downloads of as many mysteries as you like, and the monthly subscription fee is extremely affordable, just as the price for these mysteries are extremely affordable, and these mysteries are very, very portable. Please follow us on Twitter at Accessible World or at author_Jodhan. Okay. Or like us on Facebook at author Donna Jodhan or Donna Jodhan. Have a great rest of the week, folks. Keep a song in your heart and may the winds be at your back. Or as Casey Kasem says, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. We'll catch you next week, and bye for now.
Thank you for having taken another 5. We wish you a fantastic day.